Hey everyone, TimaeuSS here. Welcome to another Etheria Restart video. And today, of course, we have a very special guest as promised. We have Kekker, the winner of the EWS 2025. That's right, today we're going to go over his EWS account, the stat lines of some of the crazy characters, and of course, his thoughts on the draft. So, warmest welcome to our fan favorite, Kekker.
Hi everyone, this is Kekker. Yeah, I'll showcase my build just to show everyone that I'm not actually that fast
Yeah, because
going to this tournament.
people didn't believe that you didn't have like a 350 Lily or something. So I guess we can probably start with your openers and we can, I guess, talk about them because I think
Sure.
yeah.
Yeah. I can go in the order of my speeds.
Hmm.
So first I geared up Lily. She's my fastest.
Hmm.
She's only 34.
All right.
Um, and this actually drops off immediately to Suki, which is only 324.
Yep.
And after that, why I lost a lot of speed is because I spread them out more because I knew Lily, Suki, they will be super contested, probably not going to get them.
Mm.
And I knew my first matchup is against a tank player, so I wanted Obel to be fast so that I can pick Mio, strip and then do control after. So my Obel is actually my third fastest unit
Oh wow.
at 322.
Okay. Yep.
Um, Also note that a lot of shells I run for my control units, I always run insights.
Hmm.
To make sure that I actually hit my CC initially.
Yep.
In case the enemy they have insights on their supports and have higher effect res.
Yeah.
But yeah, third unit. So I have Meal right after Obel at 319. So basically, I would draft these two together,
Yep.
lock Obel, and then control with Meal because that's my best control unit. Because I skilled her up 533. There's a lot of control in there.
Mm.
And then after him, Meal, it's let's see, three. I think it was high. Oh, it was Mia. So Mia is my secondary stripper.
Okay.
At 312. And then if I draft, if my Obel's banned or taken away, then I'll go Mio. Mia. And then after Mia, I'll CC with Kazuyo, which is at 309. I also have Heinrich, which is a stripper before Kazuyo as well. So I always made my stripper a little faster than my control.
Mm.
So 310, 312, and then 309 Kazuyo control here.
Yep.
After that, Freya, that's not even that fast. 303.
303, not
I
even
just
half
used her
fast.
in case, yeah, yeah, in case I needed her, or compared to the top players, she was not that fast.
Okay.
Yeah, I needed her to just like do some damage in case I needed it for against certain other turn ones if our DPS are banned.
Yep.
And she offers like good speed to any bulwark users.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, sorry, I forgot. I had Doki Doki.
Yeah, we did
316
see
in
that
between.
in the finals, grand finals.
Yeah. And also against the poor. So the reason I was faster than the poor was because I had bulwark with Freya that actually added like 9 speed to this. So I think the poor
Oh.
outsped me,
Yep.
but I had bulwark with Freya, so I actually outsped him because of that.
Okay, so the bulwark as a buff applies a speed boost. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, with Freya's S1,
Yep.
which is here it applies turn meter to users with like a buff.
Ah,
I think 3%.
3%. Okay, interesting. So,
Oh yeah, and each time an ally gains a buff, increase their termity by 3%. So
mhm.
bulwark counts as a buff in the beginning of the battle.
Oh, so it's actually 3% faster.
Yeah. So if you do like a 316 divided by 0.97,
Yep.
like accounting for the 3%, it's around 325
Mm-hmm.
or something.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah, so these are like my fastest. After that, I have in the off chance that I have both, all like Obel, Mia, Heinrich, they're all like taken as a strip. I have my last strip as Holden.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little slower,
Yep.
274, and then I purposely made Kraken slower than him at
Oh,
264.
so you can run the Holden
Yeah,
Kraken. Oh,
yeah, yeah.
got
So,
it.
and also Holden was a good strat to take away from turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
And usually I'm thinking they're not going to be that fast anyway if I ban, Lily and contest Doki. These are like their most common, supports anyway already.
Yeah.
So after that, I thought like 264 might still just outspeed their supports anyway.
Makes sense. You have quite a lot of
Yeah.
units on Swift and Bulwark and Swift Rush codexes.
Yeah, my whole strategy was definitely going first,
Hmm.
either one-shotting them or controlling them. So that's why I built a lot of control units as well.
Yep.
And also I did have like a few units that I built just in case I get outsped. So like against Revelation, so these are like the Ho Yen. So my Ho Yen was actually decently built. I think I trolled in the finals by ulting a red unit, so it didn't crit.
Well, I
But
saw that.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's like
Oh.
yeah, yeah. I think I checked with Han my stats with Ho Yen. It's probably the same or even better.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I have Veronica, like standard, trying to not die.
Yep.
I actually have a Beyonce too, like with Amber,
Yep.
that in case someone like a DPS dies, I can just res them and do a win tap or something.
Yep.
But I didn't actually get to use them because I didn't really face any of these opponents that are faster.
Hmm.
And last was Marvel with the Lighthouse. Just like what Han did to the Revelation players, I wanted to, if I get hit really hard, I can boost myself up and then cut.
Yep. No, that makes sense. So,
Yeah. So
were
my
there
main
anyone
strategy,
that just straight up outsped you in the tournament?
yes. So I checked speed with basically all the top speed contesters. Reroll you, the poor, Young Geo, like all of them have faster speed than me overall.
Hmm.
Reroll you had 3 units above 330.
Yep.
I only had one,
Hmm.
and if it's like literally gonna be banned. And then the poor, he's basically the same draft as me, but he made all of his top speed three units faster than me. So like his Lily, Suki, Doki, they're all like faster than me. I'm pretty sure. I think especially his Suki was like 15 or 16 speed faster than mine. But I think that was definitely a mistake because between me and him, we know we're not getting like Suki or Lily because either of us is gonna ban it.
Yep.
And if anything, even Doki I would ban for if I was first pick, I would ban Doki because I wouldn't want him to get that either.
Yep.
Because once they get like the turn meter pulls that like does not interact with my team, then there's no counterplay I can have.
No.
But if he drafts like Mio or turn meter steals, I can at least put up Veronica Lighthouse or something like that can like try to counter
Hmm.
or bulwark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
So I think they actually, and then obviously Youngjio, he's actually the fastest of all out of all of us.
Mhm.
So yeah, out of all the turn ones, I was actually the slowest. If you like purely look at my modules, I can show everyone like my. I only have actually oh, wait, oh sorry, this is the EWS, so I
Yeah,
can't
see, that was,
show
yeah,
on
okay.
that, but I actually only have 4 yellow speeds, so that's 1, 2, 3. I have 3 yellow, four. Sorry,
Four,
4 yellow
four
speeds
yellow
total.
speeds. Okay.
And yeah, that's like not that much, I think, compared to like people who are crazy with speeds.
Because this EWS server is a snapshot of a couple weeks back, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's actually like 3 days
Oh,
or 4 days ago.
4 days
I think three
ago.
days
Was
ago.
it
I'm on live server. Yeah, 4 days ago. But
after
live
the
server wise,
X2
I
event?
also only have 4 speed. Yeah.
Oh, I
Oh, it
see.
was after the X2.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay.
But this is actually pretty comparable to my live account. It's not really different.
I see, I see.
Yeah.
And of course, after the speed openers, we've got the damage dealers.
Yeah. Messiah build. Pretty much I just went with whatever like shell I had, which was White Fang.
Yep.
It also like does well into Valerian
Mm-hmm.
after or certain like cheat death stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Standard like 100% crit rate build. I do not want off chance that I miss crit.
Yep.
Remoko, I didn't really get to show it because like these are like okay, so top DPS would be Messiah first,
Mm-hmm.
and then obviously Yeli, 100% crit rate with 30% boost.
Yep.
After that, it was either Revelation, which is Heinrich or Heinrich, Freya,
Mm-hmm.
and Rosa. These are my Revelation units. And in the very off chance that like I'll get banned, I have a Ramoka, but I honestly think there was like a very low chance that actually happened.
Yep.
I just geared it anyway, just in case.
Mm.
And then Ho Yen is like the single target, reverse tap type of character that I built.
Yeah, we
So I think
we,
I
we
had a good
saw.
amount of DPS there.
Yeah, absolutely. And we saw Hoyan put in a lot of work for Han, like you said. and your stat line
Yep,
is
yep,
I think slightly better. Is that right?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so for the grand finals, you picked up Hoyan quite a bit, and how did you like it? Because I thought it was just a straight up counter pick to prevent Han from getting it, but now that we
Yeah,
see
yeah,
you
yeah,
having a
yeah.
build,
Yeah, it was both the counter because I don't want to have him take the Messiah or ban Messiah and have Hoyan because my Yeli would 100% get one shotted by a Hoyan.
yep,
So I basically to pick Hoyan at to pick Yeli at all, I need to ban or take the Hoyan, and also
mm,
that like annoys him, right? Because if I have Messiah and Hoyan, he also can't pick Yeli. So every draft I made sure like if Messiah is taken out, then I have Hoyan,
yep.
or if he has Hoyan, then I can ban it. It would not be the locked position and where Messiah is also gone.
Mm-hmm. I saw Han banning Messiah quite a bit in the grand finals, and I think you went with Tiamat quite a lot.
Oh, yeah, I always ban Tiamat because that's I think the only character on Han's roster that I could not 100% one shot
Mm,
um with Yeli or Messiah. And yeah, because it had Amber, I think, or Lighthouse. Yeah, it had Lighthouse. Wasn't sure 100% how tanky it is, but yeah, I was also a unit that I didn't build at the time. You can
yep.
see my Tiamat is here, geared.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the live server, I just started building him after the EWS because
Nice.
finally have the time.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
on the live server or on the EWS server, I could. It's like some unit that he had and I didn't. That's like basically the only one.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And now that you explain it, I kind of understand why now Han didn't really pick up Yelly that much because there were a few times where Yelly was still open in the draft and he just did not pick it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he was like so he had two issues. One is I knew so out of all the turn ones I couldn't outspeed, but Han was actually not a turn one, a real turn one.
Mm-hmm.
Han was like a lighthouse user built only to counter rev units
Yep.
or rev players.
Yep.
So he was like sub 300 speed. So I knew I was faster than him. And so if he picks Yeli, I have, Messiah, Ramoka, Hoyen, Rosa, like all of them can one shot the Yeli.
Mm-hmm.
So unless he can outspeed me, Yeli is like a dead unit for him.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And how about the healers or any turn 2 units? Did they come into play at all?
Yeah, I built only Ling Lo, to be honest. Bulwark on her with some speed, but I actually did not plan for any other, turn two or healer stuff.
Hmm.
Even my Sonya was ungeared. Viper is ungeared. Yeah, I was not like I knew I was not even pivoting turn two at all because I just don't have the lattice skilled up for any of them.
Makes sense. Stick with the plan, and hey, it worked. And
Yeah.
who would you say is the strongest character right now in the game?
Ooh, strongest character. I think it probably has to be Lily. Lily is like it's either Lily or Doki. Honestly, Doki is I think coming out to be really strong just because like for me it can boost a lot of units and because like for example my DPS is actually not tuned very well in terms of speed. You can see 196 on Messiah, 215.
Hmm.
Like a Lily boosting them actually is not enough. They wouldn't move right away.
Yep.
But Doki Doki for me, like I can have like three or like units that are not that fast, and they will all get boosted up to guarantee move.
Mm.
And so like as long as you don't get one shot and on it and ban out, the top speeds, which is always like Lily, Suki, they'll be banned out
Yep.
usually against like when the two turn ones trying to one shot each other with like
Hmm.
meat, they always ban each other out.
Yep.
Doki is like the one character, like the third contestant, and I find it like Doki super important after that.
Okay.
And against turn two, when I try to do control, full control,
Yep.
um, Doki is like the most important unit to take away from them because once they move, like she moves once, you're not controlling them anymore.
Yeah. With the passive cleansing and all
Yeah.
that. Yeah. No, makes sense. Interesting. And
Yeah, but obviously, I think Lily for PVE
yeah.
is like,
It's
so
too
it's
good.
and also it's super important for both. Yeah, turn one and turn two is like also really good. It's Lily and Doki for me.
Okay. And do you feel that the Revelation needs a nerf, or are we thinking that it's overhyped?
I think it's definitely like the easiest to build. So out of all contestants, I think the people who spent the least money are actually Reroll Yu and Youngjio, and both of them are Revelation because you don't need any of these like prowess stat lines to like make Revelation work.
Mm-hmm.
And like to make it work is the simplest. You just farm Doki forever.
Mm-hmm.
Get Revelation, farm Doki forever, and you will outspeed everyone just because you farm Doki so much.
Yep.
Um, and it's like the most like simple strategy that works very very well.
Yep.
But I do think that if it gets nerfed, like tank players will it will be really hard to deal with tank players. And the only like other counter which I kind of showed, which was control. Tank players, if there wasn't revelation, they can build more effect res. They can build alicorn to cleanse, and then the control wouldn't even work anymore. So I feel like having rev makes tank players kind of choose between,
Mm.
going tanky or going like resistant heavy. So I do think Revelation can't be nerfed too hard, or else it's really hard to deal with tanks.
Yep.
Because already right now, I already feel that I cannot one shot anyone with my Messiah Yeli, or even like breakthrough tanks. Like if I fought Bread at the rank 1 RTA a few times,
Yep.
I first tried like 2-3 games of damage. I lost all of them. I then pivoted control, and then I won most of them
I see.
after. But if if he started like realizing that nobody goes damage anymore, then he can just start pivoting to resist.
Mm.
So that's number one that I think Rev like is kind of still kind of needed. And number two, as like Han showed, there actually is a straight up biggest counter lighthouse. As long as you go lighthouse, Rev units cannot one shot you, and then you turn boost yourself up. So let's say you have a Kraken or an Obol on lighthouse, they can just be like pretty low speed. As long as they get hit once, they go up, stun the whole rest of the enemy team. So like there is like a big counter, which is lighthouse to them. But
Yep.
also, it's like the lighthouse build doesn't really work well against other things, and that's why it's like, yeah, there's a counter, but it's like not a good counter
Yep.
because then you sacrifice your whole build against everyone else.
Makes sense. So Revelation is basically like a necessary evil that people have to keep in the back of their head.
Yeah,
Otherwise, you're just
yeah. In
left
my head that
unchecked.
is, but yeah, maybe it
No,
is a
yeah.
little too strong still,
Mm.
but yeah.
Okay, interesting. And to wrap it all up, if let's say you were in a draft situation, how do you open up your draft and how do you proceed with your kind of first pick, and then who you decide to lock in for your third pick, for example?
Yeah, it really depends on what I'm playing against. If I have zero info at all on the opponent, I definitely go with speak contesters.
Hmm.
I will go Lily, Doki, guaranteed first.
Yep.
Uh, and Suki is like good against turn one, but not great against turn two if I want to pivot control. So Lily Doki lets me still pivot. That's why I would, go with them first.
Hmm.
If I know the opponent is turn one, then I would go Lily Suki more priority. And then lock a DPS. And then against control, I would lock, a oboe or something, my fastest strip, and
Okay.
then go into control afterwards. And then but then against Han, that was not the draft because I knew I outsped him, so I went for DPS first so that he
Yep.
can't take them away. And then I'll lock the speed instead.
Ah,
But
I see.
that was like an interesting draft only because I knew I outsped Han. Because unlike almost all my speeds, because as long as I don't outsped him like on certain speed, then he can take all the speeds away. Then there would be no point. But because I knew I outsped him with Lily, Suki, Doki, like that's pretty much like a lot of them already.
Yep.
So he can't kind of take all of them. Otherwise, his draft is really bad with
Yep.
all speed with nothing else. Yeah,
Yeah. So kind of like forcing his hand.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. And I guess the last question of the day is that for your upcoming units that you might see in Etheria Restart, what kind of characters do you want to see in the future?
Ooh, I would love to see a light dark tank or some bruiser unit because I think so far we haven't really seen one. And maybe that would make it more like possible for tanks to defend Revelation even more so, I guess. Um, that's one. Let me think. I think DPS wise we're pretty good. Maybe control I would like to see more as well. So one thing right now when I play the control, teams is that I still found it that if the other tank um users started drafting away certain units like Obol, I think I have a harder time controlling them. Like
Mm-hmm.
I actually like if they start contesting Mio, Obol, ban Doki, or take Doki or take Lily, like I start running out of units to control them as well.
I see. So if they're starting to pick
Yeah.
your picks apart by counterpicking, then it's tough because we just don't have enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm,
Yeah.
interesting.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, hopefully,
Yeah, and I'm
hopefully,
not
yeah,
familiar with and I'm not too familiar with tanks, so I can't speak too
mm,
much for them if they don't have enough tank units or healers.
makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah, no, maybe the devs will come and ask you, hey, champion of EWS, what do you want to see next? That'd be cool. Anyhow, it's been a pleasure. Thank you guys for joining me on this video to check out Kekker's account. And yes, we see the Lily right here, 334, right? Am I doing the math right? Yeah, 334. That's right.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
eh,
My fastest may could make it 343, but yeah.
okay. Oh, there we go. There we go. I was about to say 340, 34. You have the same gear as EWS champion, but no, the new bar is 343 now. Thank you, Kekker, once again, and congrats on winning the first EWS ever.
Yep. Thank you.